Bang bang to the gang. Faithful Boys in the building. Faithful Boys podcast. While we bang that we can't no more. Benjamin, that's good. P Warrior _9er. Tell a True Tuesday. Coming off a very disappointing performance against the Kansas City Chiefs. Losing by the score of 44-23. What's going on, bro?
Well, yeah, I would agree with the assessment of a disappointing loss. Of course, we thank everybody for continuing to support Faithful Boys Rounds TV on YouTube. Of course, we want y'all to like, subscribe, and share the channel. And as my motto is, we gonna bang bang till we can't no more, baby, till infinity. So yeah, tell the truth Tuesday, bro. So got a lot to dissect. McCaffrey trade. You know, Kansas City game, and then even on some level looking forward to what they're gonna do gospel on Sunday. So let's get it in. Let's chop it up. Before we get started, man, I want to shout out Always Faithful 24/7. That's my family. Got to give it up to Mark. Got to give it up to Prez. Got to give it up to Jizzle, Uncle Keith, and got to be praying for Troy Parkey in the hospital. Had some procedure done,
Oh,
so we've
yeah.
been praying and lifting him up, and encouraging him. So I sent a link to him. I know everybody got a busy schedule. So, they might not be able to come in tonight, but I know at some point they'll check it out or they'll text, on the chain. So just want to
Right.
show love to my crew, to my people, to my brothers. You know what I'm saying? So, let's get it in, man. Let's chop it up. Let's, tell the truth about where this team is at going forward.
Well, definitely want to send him up for Troy Park. And yeah, shouts out to the rest of the gang, you know what I'm saying? Uh as far as the game, uh to me started off pretty good. Moving the ball, not necessarily putting up the points that we want to put up. Ultimately, we know you can't put up 3 points when you get in the red zone against this team. We need to definitely put up 7. So first
Mm-hmm.
quarter we up 10-7. Then second quarter they outscore us 7-3. So going into the half, we got a 14-13 ball game, and then we come out of halftime and we get mollywop. Give up 14 in the third, 16 in the fourth. So give me overall assessment of first half, and then we could talk about the second half.
Well, I went back and rewatched the first half. Really, they came out and played the way that they could play outside of scoring touchdowns. So we're going to tell the truth about
Tell it.
the first, yeah, if we're gonna tell the truth about the first half of the game, it was missed opportunities. You get
Real.
the pick, who finally get the pick. I think that's the one they scored the touchdown on, I believe.
Okay.
Um, and
Yeah,
then
because
the
then you
first
get it in the
drive,
red zone or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
Okay.
they got the pick, and I think they scored on that possession. They got the touchdown, but the first possession you go down the field, you can't cash it in. Then all the other times you got down there, you outside of the one, you had to kick the field goals. And then you tried to kick a field goal, but then Jalen Moore was all sides because the line shifted on Kansas City. So that was not being prepared, or if it was coached up, you failed to execute just holding your stance. So that cost them 3 points. So in the first half, they played the way that we know they could play. They moved the ball up and down the field. They just couldn't convert.
Right.
Now, defensively, while you wasn't getting home with the pressure, you had the opportunities on third down, and you couldn't get off the field. But you minimized the damage, you know, to what you could, given the fact that they were moving the ball up and down the field as well. So in the
Right.
first half, you could call it a draw, or you could say we should have been ahead by more than, we should have been ahead. They shouldn't have been up in the game. We should have been ahead.
Yeah, I go with the latter.
Yeah, So I mean, they came out, I think, focused. They came out with the juice. They came out with the energy, but they extended some of the drives with some of the offsides. Nick, come on, that's just
Back
101
to back
football. Watch the
too.
ball, bro. Don't go off the cadence, go off the movement of the ball. You know, a minute who same thing. And then they had some holding penalties that extended drive. So self-inflicted wounds, then Mike McGlinchey, you getting bull rushed, get manhandled out there. You know what I'm saying? Not by a defensive back though, but you getting
Jennings with the
murked out there.
bonehead penalty too.
Yeah. So, you know, it just, you know, like I was watching Johnny Dale breakdown before we came on. You know, I didn't get to watch it all, but he was saying, you know, stacking bad plays on top of bad plays, offensively and defensively. And that's the part of the game that is killing them. It's the self-inflicted penalties. It's the self-inflicted plays that y'all, you make one bad play, then you compound it with another bad play. So if we telling the truth, it's y'all are not consistently executing offensively and defensively in the critical moments to make the plays in the critical moments to either extend drives and get points or to get off to give the offense a chance. And then the special teams, and if we want to go ahead and flip to the second half, we're coming right out of the gates. You give up a 50-yard return. You can't give up no kind of return to Kansas City, let alone half the field.
Yeah,
you know, so
buddy.
you got a new special teams coach, but man, where's the punt coverage? You got George Odom and the boy from Greenville, Oren Burks, who you paid money to on special teams. Why is y'all not tackling? You know, what is it that y'all is missing out there? You know what I'm saying? You got good special teams players. Tavares Moore and Jennings is even out there on special teams. So it ain't like you got scrubs out there. You got people that have either started for you or started for other teams that you've invested in to improve your coverage units. So if we tell the truth, something ain't happening with the special teams coverage units on kickoffs.
But P Warrior, I would double down and say everything you saying about the special teams unit is basically true for the overall team. And yet we're still getting the similar performance that you're talking about from special teams for the squad. Everybody been here for a while, know the system. We got a lot of playmakers. And I mean, we could say we not playing up to snuff. You feel me? So I think the team really need to take a look at itself. Kyle definitely need to take a look at, you know, the game plan he coming up with. And we need to challenge ourselves, bro, because, you know, right now, it ain't looking too good to me. You feel me?
And
we definitely going to talk about the CMC trade and all that. But all in all right now, man, like, boy, we need some help.
I agree with that, you know, because there's too much talent and we too good of a team not to be performing the way that we capable of. But that's why, you know, I, you know, texted the crew, you know, after the game or yesterday, Monday, and I was saying, man, we still gotta be optimistic. But really, they haven't played a complete full game in all three phases. They haven't played their best football in all three phases. And so that, as a fan, gives us hope that hopefully the light's gonna click or the light switch is gonna be turned on and they're gonna really focus in and hone in and start, you know, performing the way that we know that they can. Because if they playing their best game, we can beat anybody in the league, including the Chiefs.
Right.
But they got to be on top of their game, playing like that.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro, you spot on, bro. Like, man, bro, like at the end of the day, bro, and you know, and I feel like I'm pretty optimistic, dog, but like I just don't see it. Nah, we got a lot of football still left to play, but like consistently, I don't see it there. I don't see necessarily the effort. You know, I'm gonna wait to see. But on defense, like to me, they doing well, but like you know, it's only so like against an elite quarterback and/or team, it's only so long you're gonna hold them. So you got to capitalize on the time that you do. Our offense is not able to consistently capitalize and keep the foot on the neck. You know what I'm saying? That ultimately the defense wear down and all that shit. And you know what I'm saying? So to me, it's really about the offense, bro, taking a step forward. Like we've been relying on the defense for years. It's time for the offense to come to the party, man, and really start putting up some points where the defense could kind of lean on them when they need to, because the defense gonna be solid for the most part.
Wait, hold on.
Nah, you good. But that's kind of what I'm on, bro.
Now, I agree with you. And I think on some level, Kyle has relied on a defense to carry the team. And he has relied on a special team. In the offseason, that's what he said. The strength of the team, and everybody pretty much said the strength of the team is that, because we were assuming that Trey was going to be in there and he was going to be growing and developing. We never anticipated that number one, Jimmy was going to be back, and then number two, he would even be on the field. So
Right.
when he's saying that, he was under the assumption at that time that, he couldn't foresee Trey getting hurt and not being there and having to go back to Jimmy, and those things. So, but yeah, I mean, against Kansas City, against the Buffaloes of the world, you're not going to be able to expect that your defense is going to be able to hold people down consistently to help you win the game. You're going to need your offense. And now with CMC, there's no excuse for you not to be scoring 30 points a game, for you not to be ahead in most of the games that going forward you should be, favored or, be the better team in. So, and even if everybody was healthy defensively, the expectation is, come on, man, the offense should be putting up 30 points. We should be shutting you down and winning these ball games.
Real.
Now, obviously, defensively, they've had a lot of injuries, more injuries on defense than on offense. And on some level, we know Aziz is coming back. We know that Armstead is going to come back. We hope Kinlaw comes back. Verrett may be healthy to start, or if not healthy to start, at least contribute. Jimmy Ward playing with the partial club. Eventually, that'll get taken off, and he'll be able to, fully have his fingers and hand or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because a lot of his problem trying to play that bump and run with that cash, you can't get your hands on nobody. You hit, man.
So, but the key offensively is the offensive line. McGlinchey is a liability. I don't think he's 100% healthy. To me, you should start Jalen Moore at that position. He played well and when Trent was out, outside of coming in a Denver, game when he first got hurt, he was trash. But the other 2 weeks he held up. And McGlinchey is a liability because he ain't healthy. Then, man, put somebody in there. I'd rather put Moore at right tackle and let him get a fair shake than have McGlinchey out there who ain't 100% struggling, getting run over out there. Buford and Aaron Banks is starting to come into their own. I've been seeing some stats on, through Twitter, through one of the top people that's been saying, they pass snap grades, they ain't giving up hardly any pressures in any sacks. So Aaron Banks and Buford is starting to develop and starting to get better and better every game. Brindle, you still kind of a liability at the center position, but to me, you better than putting what is face the one guy there. I'm drawing a blank on his name. So
Brunskill or something.
Yeah, Brunskill. Yeah. So to me, it's the offensive line, because even though you got McCaffrey now, he can kind of create and make things happen when there's no hole there. We need the offensive line to step forward in terms of the run game and to give Jimmy enough time to make throws. But then Jimmy, it's just some things you just got to know better than, bro. You a veteran, and you ain't like no first or second year quarterback. Come on, man. How you just going to throw the ball up for grabs when we in a red zone? That was a pick. That should have been 7 points. That's what I'm saying. You had the opportunities. That was a pick that took away at least minimum 3 points. Then, come on, man. You in the end zone. You know the pressure coming. Now, Trent Williams got beat off the line. It's rare that Trent get beat. Frank Clark beat him straight up.
Right.
Okay? But you got to recognize, you in the end zone. You can't just hold a ball. And then, instead of you throwing off your back foot, throwing flat-footed, or when the dude come free, man, okay, you either got to hide, throw it out of bounds. Don't just take the sack. It's just like certain things you just shouldn't be doing at this point in time in your career, but we gotta live with it, because what else can we do but roll with him? You see what I'm saying? So, it's frustrating because on some level, It's the
Hey,
offensive
bro,
line not blocking.
real quick, cause you're on the roll. Let's
Yeah.
get the brother Mark Faithful _87, Mark _Faithful 87. Let's get him in the building from the Always Faithful crew. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
what's down with your Mark?
What's going on, bro?
What's up, guys? What's up, Ben Good? What's up, P-Word?
All
All
good,
is
baby.
well, bro.
Talking about that first half, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He laugh because he know. He know too.
Look, definitely won't get your perspective. You go ahead on wrap up what you were saying, P. Warrior, then we can kind of highlight more.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, it's the offensive line gotta step up. And Jimmy, you just come on, you're a veteran. There's certain things you know you can't do out there. You can't throw the ball up and throw it and get it picked. You can't take unnecessary sacks. Just like the dude was a free rusher off a blitz. You see the dude right in your face. You tell me you can't throw the ball away. You can't just move a little bit and throw the ball out of bounds. You're gonna take the sack. Okay, now in the case of McGlinchey got manhandled by 95. Well, 95 is their best defensive lineman. So okay, we give him his due. He just ran you over. But come on, Jimmy, man. It's just certain things you can't do out there. No, that's Chris Jones. Yeah, okay. Chris Jones, gotcha. 95 for the Chiefs, right? Mm-hmm. So certain things you can't do out there, Jimmy, in those situations. So it's a combination of the offensive line and it's a combination of Jimmy. Like I said, on the safety. Come on, man. You know you can't hold a ball in the end zone that long. You got to either throw the ball away or I'd rather you throw it away than throw it in the coverage or something. But you can't take a sack. It's just certain things. Come on, Jimmy, you're a veteran. You've been playing ball for a while. You ain't a first and second year quarterback. Right. You got to throw the ball away. It's certain things you know you can't do. But like I said, we got to live with it because what other alternative do they have? They don't have nobody else they could go to put in there.
Real quick, when they put that's Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
When they put him in there, I thought about Uncle Keith. You heard me?
Yeah. So man, that's my tell the truth on that part of it, you know, as far as the first half goes. So yeah, man, go ahead, Mark, get it in, bro.
Yo, bro. Listen, man. Oh, forgive me for my tardiness. I was upstairs taking care of my dogs, man. I had to clean up after them. I appreciate the invitation, guys. You know, always, man. Yeah, I know y'all family. I do my best, bro. You know, I do my best to support you guys, man. You know what's up. What you said, Honest Tuesdays, right?
Yeah, tell the truth.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Tell the truth Tuesday.
Tell the truth, bro.
Oh man, well, you know, I always tell the truth. So, but I also bite my tongue a lot too. However, yeah, man. Please forgive me to our faithful viewers if y'all probably hear me recycle what Ben Good had said and what P. Warrior has said. But overall, I think I believe that it was a team. It was a team letdown. It was a team letdown. The first couple of drives on offense, we looked really good. We was in rhythm. Things was going our way, as it always does in the first quarter, man. As it always does, you know. Like I mentioned, Sunday night, during the post game, just watching Jimmy. Jimmy has some really good moments. He has some really good moments, and he has some moments that really concern me. And I think you were just saying it earlier, P. Word, that there's things that Jimmy does that he's not supposed to be doing, being that he's a veteran. I don't know if he's a 9-year vet or a 10-year vet, but it's just certain things he's not supposed to be doing. And I've always said I would support Jimmy. I got his back as far as him being our quarterback, being that Trey Lance had went down when I was out there in California. He's the next man up. He was our second string. You follow what I'm saying? And I think, like you said, P. Ward, we don't really have no one else, and that's no knock on Brock Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
However, like Jimmy G is the guy. He took less to come back.
Yep.
And he came back because he wanted to be here. So with that said, we was up 10-0. I'm going to start with the defense. Because I've always been a fair person. And like I said before, it was all three phases. It was the offense, it was the defense, and it definitely was the special. But I'm going to start with the defense. We was up 10-0. The Chiefs' second drive, it was 3rd and 1. The way the 49ers on defense was lined up, I was like, yo, who is sticking Kelsey? Kelsey was wide open on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Ward. If it wasn't Ward, please forgive me, but I think it was Ward. Ward was kind of like right at the scrimmage, but when Mahomes hiked the ball, he went to the right, and Kelsey was wide open on that right side. I'm like, yo, who is sticking this guy? And when he passed on the ball, I mean, it just went downhill as far that. And when I mean downhill, I'm talking about they just went down the field nonstop. The defense could not stop them. Okay, with that said, and that's what gave them momentum. That play right there, when Kelsey was up wide open, that gave them momentum and led them all the way down to the field. Along with that, when it was in the red zone, Bosa is my guy, but Bosa made 2 bonehead mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you would never seen Bosa do. Line up in a neutral zone back to back.
Yeah, bro.
Back to back. Now, this is what I've noticed when the Chiefs was in the red zone. I think the 49ers was playing the run. And when they was playing the run, Andy Reid had one of his wide receivers on the right side. He came out of his position and came back, and Mahomes handed him the ball. Either hand him the ball or tossing the ball, and he went from the right side to the left side twice.
Bro, that Mark, bro, you dog. I think they scored off the damn play 3 times. And I thought, they must have saw something in the scheme for them to say, you know what I'm saying? Like every time we in the red zone, this money ball.
Right. They was playing the run. That's what it was. They was playing the run. And what Andy Reid did, or Spagnuolo, he took one of his wide receivers, not the wide receiver on the far right, but the wide receiver that was further in. He came out of his position, came off, and like, in other words, like motion. He came back and ran, and I think Mahomes tossed him the ball, and he went from right to the left side.
Yep,
I'm telling you, I don't know. It was at least 2 times they did that play. I won't say the exact same play, but they did something very similar.
Yeah, different variation of it. Yep.
Right, man. So the point I'm just trying to make, man, on defense, they had our number. I've been reading that Spagnuolo had probably outcoached D'Amico, and he probably did. Or the defense played it wrong. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because a scheme is a scheme that we will give you a look, but it's the opposite of what we're giving you. That's a scheme. You follow what I'm saying? So I just think that the defense, I think they played the run to the point there was 2 more like on a run, but it wasn't a run, it was a pass. But more I've been reading, man. I've been reading that the Chiefs been unstoppable in the red zone.
Yeah.
And just looking at the stats, yo, there was 4 for 5. 4 for 5 in the red zone throughout the whole game. 4 for 5. But check this out. I just got to go back deep. I got to go back in the late second quarter after Jimmy threw that interception when it went right down the field. This is why I was saying Sunday night when Jimmy threw that interception, it changed the whole momentum of the game, in my humble opinion, because Mahomes and his crew went down the field. Now, keep in mind what I just said. The Chiefs were 4 for 5 in the red zone. Now, y'all remember when it went down the field and they scored that touchdown, but they called it back because of that chop block against Bosa?
Yeah.
Yo, if it wasn't for that, and some commentators were saying that was a good block, though. You follow what I'm saying? But they gave that to us. It would have been worse than what it was. But guess what? They called it back. Now, if they scored that touchdown, they would have been 5 for 5 in the red zone, guys. 5 for 5 against the second best defense in the NFL right now. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But they called that back. They went for the field goal, and thank God they missed it. You follow what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, honestly, it really started with the defense after we was leading 10-0. You follow what I'm saying? And I think they got in rhythm when Kelsey was open. It went down the field. Then the penalties started stacking. It just started stacking. You follow what I'm saying? And then I just got to back up in regards to Jimmy, man, because it wasn't looking good when it was 14-13. So when Mitch had punted the ball and they cuffed up the ball, I said, okay, here's our light down the tunnel, in the dark tunnel. And the first play, it was a running play. I think it was McCaffrey. Yeah.
Right up the middle. I didn't like the play call.
Right. Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, but one day, I feel you. I feel you being good. I feel you. What it was, they was doing pretty good because McCaffrey, he's good in between the tackles and also outside the tackles. You follow what I'm saying? But I understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. I just think that the lane wasn't open enough. You follow what I'm saying? With that said, and you know what I think too? That to reply to what you just said, bro, I think the defense of the Chiefs, they read that right. Because if you think about it, in the first quarter, Kyle Shanahan was running McCaffrey on the first down. You follow what I'm saying? So what I'm thinking they expect it. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
And I know you were saying you don't agree with that play. Now, maybe it was a good play. Maybe it was just that the defense executed the play better than our offense as far as creating the lane for McCaffrey. You follow what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make a bigger picture in regards to that. Then, and I feel what you're saying. I do feel what you're saying. Then the second play, it was a play to Debo on the outside to the right, to the point it was 3rd down and 3. Then they did a blitz coming from the left side. I think it was the left side. Yo, real talk. The way, in my opinion, the way Jimmy G threw that ball, I thought he was throwing to, at that time, I thought he was throwing the ball to Ray Ray. And I'm like, yo, how's he throwing that ball to Ray Ray? And Ray Ray is short. He threw that ball way above Ray Ray's head to the point the defender that was sticking Ray Ray was taller than him. That's why he intercepted that ball. But I understand that Jimmy was saying his intentions was to throw the ball to Kittle. But I agree with you. Huh?
No, go ahead, Mark. You good.
Okay. But I agree with both of y'all. in that situation, you got to take that sack.
Yes, sir.
You got to take that sack. It was like you know what it was to me as far as that pass. It was a kind of pass, like a no look pass. Even though he knew where his player was going to be at, I think it was one of those kind of pass like, I'm going to pass in that direction because I know Ray and Kittle is going to be in that area. I just hope they come down with it.
Right.
And you're supposed to hope they come down with it when you got two defenders in your face. You got to take that sack.
Situational awareness, bro. You right on.
Pocket awareness and execute on situational downs. And that's something that he lacked, in my humble opinion. Pocket awareness and situational downs when you're what was it, like in between the 10, something like that.
Oh yeah.
So, but even in that situation, man, you throw the ball out of the end zone.
Right.
You know, you had I mean, if you could throw it up, that means you could have threw it out. And that's the thing. You know, I mean, come on, let's real about it. Okay, you had, I mean, before the pressure got to you, before you hit the ground, you threw it up because you were trying to get it. You figured one of them was make a play. Well, if you could throw it up, you had enough arm to throw it out of the end zone. You can't take you can't even. I mean, I agree with you. You could take the sack, play another down, or you throw it out of bounds to play another down. But you can't just throw it up.
Yeah, at that point in the game, it's not.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
to give your guy the chance to make the play. The play is to make sure we get points out of this series.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he blew that.
I feel with you. I feel you. It was either or though, guys. It was either the sack or throw out of bounds. However, that blitz was so close to him. I'd rather him take that sack.
I'm with you. Just eat it.
Right. At least lose 5 yards. You follow what I'm saying? At least we still have the opportunity to kick a field goal and be up 16-14.
Yes, sir.
But guess what happened? When he threw an interception, they went right down the field. And it was like a minute, and I'm just going to guess a number. Let's just say it was like a minute and 24 seconds. They went all the way down the field within a minute and 24 seconds. Scored a touchdown, but it was called back on a chop block. Thank God. You follow what I'm saying?
And Uda, in the comments, Uda agreed with you, bro. He said that was the turning point of the game. That
it was, yo. And that's why, see, when I say I played football, that doesn't mean I know everything. But when you played football, not only is it a physical game, it's a mental game. People gotta understand, when you're in that situation, it's called an opportunity to score in the red zone. And when you have a veteran quarterback like that, and yes, Jimmy G can do better. It's just that, like, yo, when are you going to do better? You feel what I'm saying? So my thing is this. We need to understand, like, yo, some people were saying, like, nah, well, the game went out of hand in the third, fourth quarter. No, it went out of hand in that late second quarter because we had the opportunity to score a field goal. I would have loved for him to take that sack. It would have been 16-14, like I was saying. My bad.
No, check this out, bro, because like you started with the defense. We won't hit on the offense, and we won't get to the CMC trade. So check this out, because we talking about the second half. They outscore us, I think, third quarter 14 points, fourth quarter 16 points, something like that.
Woo!
So let's talk about the offense. Now, Brian Baldinger has been quoted as saying our offense looked beige. Another way for saying it's vanilla. Everybody see what Miami doing. Mike McDaniel's up there. A lot of people, in my opinion, maybe not a lot of people, but they definitely starting to question what Kyle Shanahan had with the creativity in the offense. Mark, you spoke to how good we looked in the first quarter. We know the first so many plays are scripted. We know that he one of the best at scripting, but in my opinion, once the script over, sometimes the play calling get a little suspect, to say the least. So what's really going on with the offense? Not to mention, this is the best offense we done had. We got a plethora of weapons. all the weapons have been in the system for a number of years, with the exception of CMC, and he's a baller, so we already know he's straight. So what's really going on with the offense, fellas? You got your quarterback in there who been with everybody. You got all these weapons. Now the offensive line, you know what I'm saying? But why are we not putting up no points? Where is the wild plays that we were seeing? What's going on with the offense?
It's honestly, it's real. Honestly, guys, real talk, guys. It's very simple. It's football. Honestly, real talk. It's really simple when it comes to football. As far as the plays being designed, that's supposed to be executed. It's really simple. But what makes it difficult is the penalties that brings us back. Penalties before turnovers, penalties hurts us because those play designs are designs to probably get 5 to 7 yards to set up the run, or the run for 4 or 5 yards to set up the pass. You follow what I'm saying, guys?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is this: when you have, listen, the 49ers, they had 10 penalties for 80 yards.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs had 8 penalties for 84 yards.
It
And
was a
listen, guys, I wish I can give y'all a long explanation, but I can't because it's well, I would say it's simple to me. Like, yes, and far as the second half, Cal may have some scratch your head kind of moments, like, okay, why you call that play? Okay, what did he see in the defense that made him call that play? You follow what I'm saying? But as far as my answer to your question being good, bro, I think it's the like they said, they not disciplined when it comes to the plays, man. It's the penalties, false start, or a holding, or whatever the case may be, man. I mean, that's what I think it is. You follow what I'm saying? And or the offensive line. They're not giving Jimmy G enough time to plant his foot and to extend his arm with his passes. Because, listen, again, Jimmy G was throwing some nice passes, but it was also that I've seen Jimmy G was throwing some hospital passes too. They were too high or they was too low. There was a couple of passes. It was one nice, I would say this. There was one nice catch by Debo in the middle. I don't know if y'all remember.
Oh, yeah.
One nice catch between two defenders.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was away from the defenders, but it was real high that Debo had to catch that ball. You follow what I'm saying? And then it was another high catch by Debo. I think it was a check down pass to Kittle. It was another hospital ball. It could be a lot of things, man. And I just think Jimmy would hit in between the numbers, if y'all know what I mean. You follow what I'm saying? And I just think it's the penalties, guys. I think it's the penalties that throws off the rhythm. It's all about rhythm. That's all it is regarding football. That's it.
Now, Big Cleve in the comments, and that's the OG, Big Cleve. He said we don't have an elite quarterback. Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we know that.
Yeah, we know that.
We ain't nobody fooled by that, bro. But no, I think this is what it is offensively.
What's up, bro?
Kyle have built a ball control, run first, play action, pass offense. Our offense is not designed to drop back 30 to 40 times, especially if we behind a couple scores. He has built this team to run first, play action, pass, throw passes once the rhythm is there, and to play to the strength of the team, which is defense and special teams. And the offensive line is still gelling and developing, which he doesn't have the ability to run the ball like he wants to. Kyle is not trying to play shootout football. He's not trying to throw the ball 30 to 40 times. Even with Trey Lance, even if Trey Lance had played last year and was healthy this year, he wasn't going to do that. Real. This is the style of offense that he is playing. But if we get behind in the defense and the special teams don't come to the party, then we hamstrung because now we depending on Jimmy, who got happy feet or who throw flat footed, or if the pressure get to him, gonna take the sack or throw it up in the air or throw hospital balls like Mark said. So what is the key to get it turned around? Okay, number one, CMC is gonna help it. Number two, we need the offensive line to come to the party. Now, I said before you came on, Mark, that Aaron Banks and Buford is starting to come into their own. You could see the growth, you could see the development, you could see that they starting to get it, and it's starting to, the light bulb starting to go on. We know McGlinchey is a liability. If he ain't healthy, take him out there. I will put Jalen Moore at right tackle. He kind of held up good when Trent was hurt, and it might be a little better as far as athleticism as compared to McGlinchey. It don't make no sense to put McGlinchey out there and he ain't 100% healthy. He a liability playing right tackle if he ain't hurt, if he hurt. So to me, the key is the offensive line, and like I say, CMC is gonna help it because we know that he could make a play out of no play if the line don't block it correctly. That's another reason why they got him. Not just because he can catch the ball and he's a good running back, but on some of those inside runs, the offensive line didn't get no push at all. Mm-hmm. So look at the runs that CMC had. Most of them was the outside zone, and he got first downs off of them because he had the space, and you could see his feet, and he's excellent.
That's why I was saying in the red zone, I ain't like to play straight up the middle. Trent Williams back, man, run him off tackle and give him the opportunity I agree with you there. To make the decision.
That's on Kyle.
He has some running plays in the middle, guys.
Yeah, but like I said, on some of them, the offensive line didn't get no push. Now, there was some runs where Jeff Wilson ran up the middle, they got pushed. So it's the lack of consistency. Sometimes you get a push to create a hole in the middle to get the yards, and then there's other plays where you don't. So that's what I'm saying. To me, the offensive line is still the X factor. Right. If we can get the offensive line in the second half to play to the potential that they're capable of, then it's going to afford Jimmy time, because Jimmy needs time to read the progression and to make throws. We know he ain't gonna escape. We know if you blitz like they did, whether it's from off the side or if they getting a push right up the gut, or if they put one of their best players like they did Chris Jones against McGlinchey, knowing that McGlinchey is a liability in pass protection, Jimmy gonna get sacked.
Big bro, can I say something? Can I say something,
yes,
big
sir.
bro?
Yes, sir.
You just said Jimmy G needs time. I'll partially agree with you respectfully. Reason why, you know what I think? Jimmy G needs time when that first read is not open. That's when he needs time.
Exactly.
That's when he needs time. However, you know what he needs to do, guys?
What's that?
He needs to do more. And what that means, he needs to run out the damn pocket. He needs to get out the pocket.
Yeah, I would agree with that. On certain situations, I agree.
Got to. My thing is this: on third down, let's just say third down is 6. Keep him in the shotgun. Remember, I don't know if you remember, Jizzle has said it, and I agree with Jizzle. Third down is 6. When it come down to it, if you think that McGlinchey is not going to hold his own on the right side, put Jimmy G in the shotgun. Even if that don't work and that first read is not open for Jimmy, guys, gonna have to either run down the middle that he's sometimes okay at when the middle is open. If that middle is not open, and he know his offensive line, he's gonna have to get out that pocket to extend plays. Because reason why I'm saying that, because if that first read ain't open and he runs out the pocket like he did when he ran out the pocket, even though it was space, but he ran out the pocket and threw that ball to Ray McCloud. And Ray McCloud bailed him out too. You follow what I'm saying? Because that ball was selling. It's just that the way when it was selling, it was kind of like short, but he made a great diving catch. But in my opinion, I just think again, like I've always said this, guys. I've always said this. Jimmy G can do better, meaning he can do more. Again, I've been saying this all the time. There's times that Jimmy G is going to have to bail out Kyle Shanahan. There's times Jimmy G is going to have to bail out his offensive line. There's time that Jimmy G is going to have to bail out his wide receivers when that first read is not open. It happens. This is the NFL. Our wide receiver is not going to be open all the time. Yes, we have some great wide receivers, but when the defense is doing good regarding that first read, you're going to have to, meaning Jimmy G, he's going to have to use his legs to extend the play.
But then, too, just to piggyback off of what you're saying, as far as him being the first read quarterback, that's why the offensive line and the running game got to come to snuff. And that's why they made the trade for McCaffrey, too, because Kyle know he a one-read quarterback. If I can get the running game established, if I can get that running game going, when I go play action or when I do be in the shotgun, then the defense got to respect it. See, that's why the play action passing part of the offense ain't been up to snuff, because the running game haven't been established enough to where you could take those shots to where Kittle is open. See, Kyle could scheme it open if it's working. If the run game working, but the run game ain't been working because the offensive line ain't been in order enough. Trent been out. McGlinchey, you hurt and struggling. The two offensive guards, y'all playing, but y'all really just the most snaps y'all done ever played professionally. Now y'all starting to come into your own, but y'all been a work in progress. Brendel, you've been up and down at the center position because you've been getting calls against you with holding and everything else. See, Kyle want to run that ball because Kyle know I got a one-read quarterback who got a quick release. If I can establish that run coming off play action, or even when they be running all the different motions and stuff with Debo and how they want to use McCaffrey and how they had Jeff Wilson moving around and all of the different things they want to do, then it opens up the lanes for Jimmy. Kyle know Jimmy can't read outside of that one. He gonna get happy feet. When the pressure comes, he gonna get nervous. He either gonna throw it up or he gonna take sacks, or he gonna get it took from him. They gonna strip him and all of that. See, Kyle ain't crazy. Kyle know I need this running game to work in order for him to be successful. I can't just have him dropping back trying to read coverages if they take the first read away, because I know he gonna get happy feet. Y'all saw it in the game. Now he did make some good throws, but a lot of those was off of that first read if it was open.
You know what else Kyle know about Jimmy G? He know he doesn't have a quarterback that's gonna battle other quarterbacks that's gonna throw it out.
Yep.
Guys.
Exactly.
I don't wanna been good. I know we still talking about the offense. I know we're going to jump into the defense and special teams. Let me just say this, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, in my humble opinion, I think Kyle had no choice but to pass more than run them more. Yo, they passed 46 times.
That's too many
and
times.
Ran 21 times.
Too many times fast.
Huh?
Too many times, but he had no choice. They was behind.
That's my point. And that's why I'm bringing this up. Guys, in the second half, check this out. The Chiefs scored 4 touchdowns in the second half.
Yep.
First, check this out, being good and P Warrior. The first touchdown took them 1 minute and 32 seconds. 1 minute and 32 seconds. Okay. The second touchdown took them 4 minutes and 10 seconds. The first one, 1 minute and 32 seconds. Because you remember, and when we came back from halftime, they ran it down for 55 yards, and then it was a penalty for 15 yards. So that's a total of 70 yards, right? That was at the 30-yard line. It took them 1 minute and 32 seconds. So let me continue. The second touchdown took them 4 minutes and 10 seconds. 4 minutes and 10 seconds? Okay. That's the second touchdown. The third touchdown in the second half, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. The fourth touchdown, 2 minutes and 44 seconds. I totaled that up. That took 12 minutes. Total, there's 15 minutes in the game. That was 12 minutes, but different, you understand, drive.
Mhm.
This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Our defense did not play good, guys. Yes, they played horrible against the Falcons, but this past Sunday, guys, they got destroyed on a third downs. On a third downs. You follow what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say. I just want to say that reason why that Jimmy Kyle had Jimmy throwing 46 times. You follow what I'm saying? I
already.
Right. I didn't want to, jump into the
well, no, I mean, we know the defense got smashed, and a lot of it was because they got out schemed.
Yep.
Kansas City out schemed them. They caught them in certain situations, like the one pass to McKinnon. It's third and X amount. You give up 30 some yards off a screen because y'all rushing or y'all playing coverage. And they gonna throw it, and they come with the screen. And then a lot of it was y'all couldn't get off blocks. You know what I'm saying? Y'all couldn't get all blocks in a run game. You couldn't get all blocks in a screen game. It was like once they got their hands on you, nobody could get off a block, or y'all was out of position because they used that motion to get you out of position. A lot of even with McCall Hardman, y'all making McCall Hardman look like Tyreek Hill out there. I'm saying to myself, I'm like, damn, this boy out here, this boy ain't all that damn good. Y'all got him out here looking like he's Tyreek Hill out here.
Yeah.
Running the ball and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of it was they used the same things that Kyle would do with Debo against us.
Good point. Good
You see what I'm saying? So they got out coached, they got out schemed, and then come on. Now, Mooney Ward, you've been a beast. Now, how you getting caught flat-footed, giving up deep passes to Vantaz? Vantaz Scantling ain't nothing. He ain't no top-notch receiver. And then another play that they did.
Third down and 11. I just gotta ask, bro. I don't want I don't mean to take your shine, big bro. How the heck did he get behind Mooney?
Because he was playing flat-footed.
Playing flat-footed, peeking.
Playing flat-footed, bro.
Like really,
crazy,
third
dog.
down and 11, and previously before that play was third down and 20 to McKinnon. Oh,
but you know what they also did? They attacked Gibson too on that one post.
Yes,
they had him all turned around. Yes. That's where we needed Jimmy Ward.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? In that situation,
bro. Ooh, so, that's another.
Yeah, one, Jimmy. Yeah, this say the whole defense got torched out there. Let's just say the whole defense got torched out there, bro. Everybody got torched out there, dog. Nobody was exempt. Brad Warner got torched out there. All of them got torched out there, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, guys. I didn't want Ward out there playing. That's just me. I really didn't want him out there playing. Yo, they exposed him. Yes, they did.
That's not the type of team you could play injured against.
Not them.
True. And I ain't talking about that touchdown that they got on, but they exposed him before that. They exposed him, man. And Gibson too.
And then to me, the offensive line, their offensive line manhandled our defensive line. And that's rare to say that our defensive line get manhandled. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't get no pressure, but the one sack Bosa got. You know what I'm saying? And then inside, they ran inside. We needed Armstead and Kinlaw in there to take up them blocks. You see what I'm saying? Now, the guys that they got in there is good backups and they're good players. I'm not trying to take nothing away from them, but that's why Armstead and Kinlaw is your starters, because Armstead and Kinlaw take up 2 of your blocks and they free up the defensive ends like Ebukon and like Bosa to get the one-on-ones. And it frees up Fred Warner. Fred Warner was getting blocked all day. He could never get off a block. Greenlaw, too, on some level, couldn't get off. You see what I'm saying? And normally, if Kinlaw or Armstead is in them, they taking up 2 blocks, and Fred and Green and Drake can run free sideline to sideline because you ain't got a body on them. But Kansas City was always getting to the second level and was always getting a body on Fred and on Drake. That's why the running backs was getting through there, and that's why that boy McCall Hardman was getting through there, because when they went to those plays, the offensive lineman always was getting to the second level because our defensive line could not tie him up to free up our linebacker. So, man, I hope and pray Armstead come back from the bye week healthy, and I pray Kinlaw can come back at some point healthy because they need that size in there to be able to combat, that. And because normally when they in there, it just make it hard for them to run, teams to run against us. So that was another factor on defense. But I mean, they just totally got outplayed and outcoached by Kansas City. But hopefully we'll see them again. They count, it'll be a different outcome.
But
that's here nor there.
Been good. And P-Ward, y'all know what's up though. Check this out, guys. It was 28-23 with 14 minutes and 16 seconds left in the game. We had time, guys.
Yeah, they had time.
It's just that they continue on beating us on third downs. I read y'all the times. Yeah, you follow what I'm saying? Yo, man. It was bad. That's what I'm saying. Yo, real talk. I'm trying to think. Should I even say this? Okay. Y'all remember we was losing by 12 points in the late third quarter?
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I played football. In my mind, things wasn't going our way, but we were still in the game. Late third quarter. You follow what I'm saying? It was 28-16. So when we scored that touchdown, it was 14 minutes and 16 seconds. We had time. We was only losing by 5 points. It's just that they manhandle us. Period. You follow what I'm saying? Yo, we had the ball longer than them. 33 minutes and 45 seconds. Guys, they had the ball for 26 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay.
And I'm only saying that because that's Kyle's style as far as him knowing what kind of quarterback he has. He wanted to establish the rhythm. And I don't know if you remember, P-Ward, me saying that in the text when we was, when
the game. Yeah,
right.
I remember.
That's the game plan. You want to keep Mahomes off the field as much as you can. Establish the rhythm and also execute on third down. It's just that we was hit with penalties. And also, I also got to say, there was a drop ball by Ayuk and there was a drop ball by Kittle. Those two plays led to only 3 points each. It happens. But yeah, you're supposed to catch those balls, but it happens. But I just think, and I know, I think we're going to go soon. I just think that every player in all three phases of the ball got to look at themselves in the mirror and just evaluate themselves. And I was reading something regarding Kyle Shanahan. He was saying how they work hard, during practice. It's just that, they just got to execute, I mean, I just can't put this all always on a head coach and a position coaches. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, when you practice 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, and you have a light day on Friday, to me, guys, those 3 days, you got to be prepared for Sunday. I mean, like, yo, how much teaching do you need? You follow what I'm saying? I mean, that's just, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're right. I mean, hold on.
No, you're right.
Before we move on to CMC, I mean, as far as, the time of possession, yeah, it played into Kyle's favor. But this is what's killing them. They not converting on third downs, or when they're in a red zone, you drop the ball on third down, Kittle dropped the ball, you only get 3 points. And then defensively, you're not getting off on third down. That's what's killing them, and the penalties. If they convert the third downs and they score, then you get momentum and you get the rhythm and you keep it. And it works both ways. Defensively, if you stop on third down, then you keeping the rhythm of the defense. We getting off, we getting the ball back to our offense. So they're riding a wave of momentum on both sides. Now, I'm gonna hit the special teams one time. Come on, man. Look, you brought in a special team coach, you brought in all these boys. How the hell you giving up 50-yard kickoff returns? You're giving up kickoff returns against Carolina, getting Robbie Gould hurt. Come on, man. Y'all got to tighten up this kickoff return coverage. You done paid Owen Burks. You done paid the boy from Indianapolis. You brought them in for special teams to show up your coverage units, and you still get murked and burned out there. Something ain't right. So, what is either a combination of the coach and y'all not executing the plan as far as how you converging on those kickoff returns. So I just want to throw that in too, because the special team ain't playing up the snuff neither. So go ahead, Ben, with the CMC thing.
Nah, check this out, bro. We gonna flip it a little bit because you know, we've been running it. It's about time to get out of here. So I'm gonna flip it like this. Well, y'all know this week we have the Rams coming up. Division game. Right. We 3-4, they 3-3. Definitely want to watch. We'll be back Thursday to really preview the game, kind of get in depth on our thoughts specifically about the game, as we're just kind of telling the truth about what happened against Kansas City. And I guess Thursday we'll get in depth about CMC and his contributions to the team, what we're expecting. What I would like y'all to do for me before we get out of here is just give me a stat line that y'all think he might have for the Rams game. You know what I'm saying? You know, rushing and receiving. Give me a stat line y'all think y'all might see from the brother.
Gab P. Warrior. I'm over here thinking.
I think he's gonna get the ball a lot, and then Juszczyk not gonna be in there. Yeah. You know, as far as the blocking and maybe being used as a weapon as well. I think he's gonna get the ball. I think he'll get maybe 20 to 25 touches, a combination of running and passing. They'll use Jeff Wilson. They may run TDP, but they're going to get the ball in his hands as much as they can, you know. And then the Rams just played against Carolina when he was with them before they went to the bye. So they're going to have to look at him from two versions. They're going to have to look at him from the version of what he did for Carolina's offense and how they scheme versus how Kyle going to use them. So Kyle may have an advantage in terms of, obviously, we're a better offense than Carolina, you know, as far as, you know, on paper, you know, type of thing. So, I think he's going to get the ball a lot. They're going to use him a lot. He'll have a full week of practice. He'll be more ingrained in the offense and kind of be more up to date and familiar with the system, you know. So I think he's going to get the ball a lot. So I'm looking for him to be a factor. And I think in the red zone is where, if we can get to the red zone, is where Kyle got to get him the ball. You know, he a playmaker. We got to get this ball in the end zone, you know. Okay. So I think they're going to use him a lot.
Brother Mark.
I would say this. Between Wilson and McCaffrey, being that Wilson is the veteran, I think that McCaffrey maybe get over 10 rushing attempts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that McCaffrey may have, I would say over 5 passing attempts.
Dig it.
You follow what I'm saying? So that's 15 plays.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kyle has said at the press, I think he said McCaffrey had 20. He had like 20 snaps, but it shows that he had 10 plays, but the other 10 plays he was like in the snaps, but he wasn't a target. You follow what I'm saying? But I'm thinking it may be roughly around the same number. I would say in between 20 to 25 snaps. And I think that he's going to go over 10 carries, and I think he's going to go over 5 pass attempts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. Myself, I'm with y'all. I think they definitely going to be able to feature him a little more. I figure maybe 14 rushes, maybe 6 passes, something like that. I figure he might rush about 70, 80. And then passing the ball, I'll give him maybe 40, 50 yards. Might pop one, but definitely, you know, we definitely gonna get on him, bro, because I got some questions for y'all specifically about him. I've been fussing all day with some of the brethren about Christian McCaffrey, so definitely want to see what y'all have to say. Any important comments before we get out the door?
Well, they better get it together quick, and then This is a key game for them, man. Because if they can win this game, be 4-4 going to the bye, you figuring they starting to get some of the players that's been injured back, like Elijah Mitchell and Aziz and these boys, they could be getting ready to come back. Jason Verrett, they got to make a decision on him whether to bring him to the active roster or put him on injured reserve for the year. I think they want to bring him back to the roster, to either be a backup corner or possibly start. Because really, they need to put Demo inside. That's just my opinion, because he was playing good in the slot. You know what I'm saying? To me, he better inside than outside. And Amber Thomas gave up one little pass, but he was there, but he ain't ready to be a starter full time. So
Right.
to me, yeah, y'all got to get Verrett out there. We just got to get to the bye, man. We can get to the bye 4-4 and come out of the bye healthy with everybody. With some of these players that's been down, for the first half of the season back healthy. Then we can make our run, because the NFC is there to be took. Ain't nobody. Well, I mean, Philly 6-0 and the Giants 5-1, but man, look, we better than them. So if let's just get to the bye 4-4, come out of that thing healthy, and then make our run. So that will be my important comment.
Brother Mark.
Real quick. On defense, if I was D'Amico and if I was on his staff, I will kind of push him to start Dante Johnson, Abasel Mooney, and move Lennar at the nickel. Because Dante Johnson, I have more trust in him at that position. Not because I don't trust Lennar. I just think Lennar is more physical. I always said Lennar is more physical at nickel. You follow what I'm saying? And I just think that there will be. I believe that after this past performance, the defense is going to get it together. They're going to get it together. As far as the offense, Jimmy has to do more. The offense they got to do more. I mean, honestly, they just have to do more. They got to watch their penalties, and they know that it's so simple. It's so simple, but the only thing that makes it difficult is that they don't do it. You follow what I'm saying? Just saying it is simple, but doing it is difficult. You follow what I'm saying? So, I mean, they just got to do more. They got to do more, and just try to do, just play the best of their ability, man, and just, we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. But you're right, P Ward. We got to win this game because we don't want to go down 3-5. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna say we're gonna be a panic situation if it is come down to 3-5, but it's just unfortunate. It always comes down to when we're in a situation like this, we gotta play the Rams to get back into that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. It's the NFL, man. But they'll get it together, man. They know what they got to do. They just got to do it. Period.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
It's real, bro. Like Nike, just do it. Definitely appreciate you rocking with us. Y'all make sure y'all check out Mark _faithful 87 and the rest of the always faithful 24/7 crew. Definitely a popping show. As a man, big bro, definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us. Like my brother said, we gonna bang that we can't no more. It's the Faithful Boys podcast. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, and y'all come out at us Thursday, man. We be back.
No doubt.
Bang bang.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having me, guys. Appreciate you. Love you guys.